Hey there, fellow classic comic collectors. As always, I'm Scott Harris King, and today I've got another haul video, and not just any haul video. Today's an actual, literal unboxing. Look what we got here. Somehow I've amassed a giant pile of stuff. Some of them I know what's inside, some of them I don't remember what they are, and at the end we're going to have a very special AOK from one of you, and I have no idea what's inside that. So I'm really excited to dig into all of this. I've got my trusty box cutter here, and we're just going to open them, and hopefully I can do this quickly without damaging anything, and I can come up with enough banter, because normally, of course, I open these packages before we start the video, but today I was like, no, let's do it old school. Let's do it old school. The kids also love the unboxings, I guess. If you Google unboxings, they're just incredibly popular. So we're just gonna do that. We got, looks like one comic here, but it's really carefully wrapped in tape, so it's just taking me a minute to pull it out. Oh no, it's two comics. Oh, and I know what these are. I'm happy to get these. It's Young Romance, and also Young Romance. Now neither of these have numbers on the covers, and they both have the Prize logo. So this is after Crestwood turned into Prize. This is the period after Simon and Kirby were no longer doing this. I think Simon was still working on it. Basically, they stopped numbering it. You can see the change from the old logo to the new logo, and this was the period that happened just before it went over to DC. So this one's cover dated June, July 1958. And this one's covered December 1961, January 1962. So there's a few years difference there. I think the last one of these with a number was 89 or 90. And then the first DC issue is 125. So I don't know which issues these are. They're somewhere in there. I would say this is in the 90s. This is probably in the 1-teens. These aren't that easy to find compared to the issues that came before or after. So I'm very slowly piecing this run together. I got a good deal on these. They're both sort of lower grade, but not too bad. So they're in like the 3.5, 4 range, around 4. Like 4, it's a good sweet spot. And I think I paid $17 plus shipping, so it's like $20. So happy to get those. I'm also happy to get these, actually, because I'm in the process, as I'm recording this, I'm in the process of packing up my comic, The Crime Busters, which just arrived, so all the packing material is going to go have good use. Now here's a thin envelope. There's, I think, a very, feels like a manila file folder, and this was bent in half in my mailbox. Now, luckily with some of these older comics, they're kind of supple because they're already trashed. And so I don't think it's going to cause any long-term damage. I have no idea what the comic is in here. Safe to say it's probably a romance book, but I have been dipping my toes into some other waters. We're going to see somewhere in this pile is a really cool book, and I'm going to have a new quest. I might have to do the quest animation, because I've got a new quest to share with everybody. Much easier quest than the Archie quest that I'm on, because it's for a book that's in just like far greater supply than those Archie books. This is proving to be a bit difficult to get this out of this bag. So yeah, sure enough, it's not a manila, and it's not like a folder, which I've gotten before, but it's a priority mail envelope, and the comic does not have a backing board on it, so it's just this. You can see where it was bent in half. So hopefully this isn't my X-Men #1. I don't actually have one of those. All right, moment of truth. What's inside? It's Brides in Love #10. Really cool cover. Really happy to get this. Looks like Coletta to me, although the inking doesn't look like Coletta. So a little frustrated that this just came in this envelope because I did pay a bit for this. It was like $20. So it would be nice to have some protection for it. But I'm happy to get it. It's lower grade, like all these Charltons. It's nice. It looks like it has an arrival date penciled on the cover, but I can't quite read it. Anyway, Brides in Love, one of my big romance books that I'm chasing that I let slip through my fingers at a show a couple years ago, and have never seen another one, is Brides in Love #8. I'm desperate to get one of those. I might have to do a whole video about that if I ever find one. Had a nice mid-grade one in my hands at a good price, but I didn't realize yet at that point how hard it is to find those 50s Charltons, much less find one in decent condition, and I let it get away. Okay, we've got another package I'm opening here. This one has one backing board and is taped to it. And it is Young Romance number 131. Meet Bonnie Taylor, the lovely airline stewardess who flies in and out of romantic adventure. So I've got another one of, I'm getting down there. I'm still missing 3 or 4 of the Bonnie Taylor issues of Young Romance. But that's pretty exciting. I'm just throwing these romance comics all over the room. I don't know even where I put them all. I've already misplaced them somehow. How did I do that? Okay, here we are. Sorry about that. I'm so disorganized. Some nice more. I appreciate that the backing board here is actually an extra large size package of Depends undergarments. I might have to pick a very special person to receive that as their backing when I send out Crime Busters #3. This one's coming in a special black envelope. It's like, I feel it's like, is it illicit material? And I do have a collection of Omaha the Cat Dancer, so I don't mind a little bit of adult content in my comics, but I don't remember buying anything that needs to be sent in a black label bag. Okay, and pop this open. Try not to get too many paper cuts. And this one out. And inside this envelope is another one, and this is really beat up, but I'm happy to get it. It is Girls Romances #3, early pre-code DC. Girls Romances, I think, might have been their first title. It's got an arrival date stamped on it, June something or other. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. I think the cover might be detached. But #3, very early DC romance. They didn't stick with these photo covers for very long. I appreciate this. First of all, I love Ferris wheels. I love, they're super romantic. I love it. I noticed that he is clutching an incredibly creepy doll, like a hollow-eyed psycho doll with a gigantic rack. So it's a little bit weird, but hey, I don't know what it was like in the early 50s. I guess that's just how people rolled. Psycho dolls with giant racks. All right, here's another envelope. Don't know what's inside. Probably more romance. Sometimes you just, you go on eBay, it's late at night, and you come back and you've just bought things. Oh, yeah, not even a bag for this one. And this comic is totally trashed. So it probably doesn't even deserve a bag. However, When I first started collecting Charlton Romance, this copy is a rag. I really need to upgrade already, but for lovers only, number 67 was on my short list of the like 39 or 40 Bronze Age Charltons that I wanted because of this great cover. Um, I quit being the town librarian and became a go-go dancer because this was the way it had to be. And it's got this great go-go dancer here with the like Vegas hotel. So this was like $3. So the fact that it's trash is not a big deal with these Charltons. My policy, these when I first started, I was only getting the high grade ones, but I've just realized how hard it is to find some of these. And so my new policy is get them first and upgrade them later. So this was torn open. I got a couple of these packages recently that were torn open. But here's one of the great DC romance covers. Girls Romance is 61. Now this is a lower grade copy. I only paid like $10 for it. So I'm definitely gonna want an upgrade for this because it's so fantastic. But the colors in the sky, the guy just striding out of the surf, and just the amazing colors. Like this is, I've seen this cover. Of course, it's not actually that hard to find in terms of these DC romance books. I see this one relatively often compared to some of the other ones. And I've always had my eye on wanting to get a copy. So I'm really happy to get this. Got a good price. I think it was like $10. So that's a good one. All right, let's see. I've got a thicker package here. This is, I think, one of those Gemini mailers, which is great. I love to reuse these, and when I send out my Crime Busters to people in the next couple of weeks, I'm definitely going to have a lot of use for these. I'm trying to find the seams on this thing because it's covered in this like industrial tape. There, I found it. Okay. All right. Yeah, these Gemini mailers are really cool. Luckily, I buy so much stuff that I get a lot of it. This is interesting. It's got a divider, a plastic divider that's taped to the book. So let me see if I can extricate that without damaging anything. And big reveal, the book is, it's another early DC romance, nicer condition. Very happy with this. It's Girls Love Stories number 12. I lost my love, but I couldn't help fighting to regain it because love knows no pride. And she's clearly interfering on this wedding day with the evil witch in the background is gloating. Great early DC romance. Very pleased with this. Didn't pay too much for this. It was under 20. It was maybe 15. So very happy with this. Very happy to get a free Gemini mailer out of it. I've got a whole pile of these. I've been saving up these Gemini mailers for like a whole year to use as part of my Kickstarter fulfillment. And so I'm very happy with that. Anybody who's getting more than like one copy of my comic is going to get one of these because my comic is very thick. Thank you. Premium Comics. Premium Comics. They did a premium job with the wrapping, with the packing, which is actually making it really hard to get these out. I see. I think there's an extra layer of protection which will allow me to cut through this without damaging anything. Oh, Jesus. And that's taped there, too. Wow. Okay. That comic wasn't going anywhere. And then it's still not sure what it is. So let me just see where's the front and the back. Okay, there we go. Try and cut behind the backing board. so that there just can't be any. If I can get the knife out long enough, I can slip it in here between the packing board and then the backing board on the comic. That way I can avoid any danger. That's good enough. And okay, all right. I told you I was starting a quest. Here it is. This is going to surprise a lot of you because it's not a romance book. And again, this is a much easier title in terms of finding the copies than the Archie stuff I'm looking for, because I have not had a sniff. You know, I've been on this Archie quest for these last couple issues I need for my Archie run for months and months, and I have yet to even see a copy of issue 321 anywhere online for any price. But it's time for a quest! Check it out. It's Conan the Barbarian number 275. Now, it's taken me, geez, so much glare. It's taken me a while to find a copy in my, hold on. So irritating, all the glare everywhere. They put this in a special extra glare bag just to keep me from showing you the comic. What I'm trying to say is that 275, last issue Conan the Barbarian, it's a rare last issue. I'm not sure that's true. A lot of these rare, like low print run last issues, I think that's sort of a manufactured like hype. If you look online on eBay, for instance, you can find there's going to be 10 plus copies of this for sale at any time, 20 maybe. So I don't think it's that rare, but it has the idea that it's hard to find, and as a result, I haven't wanted to pay more than 20, including shipping, and I've had to bid on a number of them, and I finally got one. This is issue 275. This gives me, I think, issues 22 and up. And I have all the annuals and the giant size issues. So of the first 21 issues, I think I'm only missing 7 or 8. I'm missing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then a couple others. So I'm going to put those up here. And we're going to have a quest. And you know what? I might go crazy and do like a super, just like close out the run eBay binge and buy all of them at once. Most of those issues aren't that expensive. They're just a little bit more than I want to pay. Like, I'm a cheapskate. I only want to pay like $10 each for those. I think I can get them on eBay in lower mid-grade for like 15 or $20 each. But so we'll see. But I might do a video where I just blow out the whole run, and then that will allow me to then do my complete run madness with Conan the Barbarian. Under 10 issues to go, so very excited to get this. Haven't actually read most of the run. I've read the original Thomas and Smith run, and I started reading this box is empty. Conan was one of the first comics I read. My first issue was like 166. So I've read a number of those, but most of the run I haven't read. I'm also getting relatively close on Savage Sword of Conan, but I'm about 25 issues away from that. Okay, here we go. As promised, a big wonderful pack here. This is courtesy of Brendan, and Brendan was nice enough to ask on one of my previous haul videos. There was a comic that he saw that he really wanted, and he asked if I'd be willing to sell it, and actually I already had one. It was a double. So what I told him was I wouldn't sell it to him. What I'd do instead was I'd send it to him along with a couple of the romance comics that I scraped up, in exchange for him mailing me whatever he wanted. So this is a complete mystery box. I have no idea what's inside of this. He clearly sent more to me than I sent to him. So I'm really curious what I'm going to find in here. I'm very excited. I want to thank Brendan. This is fun, like this kind of trading. This is fun for me. Everybody loves a mystery box, which reminds me that I'm also still doing my contests when I get to 250 subscribers. I got a whole video. I'm going to be giving out a mystery box, so I'll have the link here so you can sign up and for that. But for now, let's see what's in this mystery box. Very exciting. A lot of there's a book. There's a big, cool-looking book. I'm gonna keep that box too because that's a good box. Here, I'm gonna cover this. I don't want to see these. Oh, check this out. Roy Thomas presents Classic Phantom Lady, Volume 1. Oh, this is really cool. This is really neat. It's got the Phantom Lady stories in it from Police Comics 1 to 23, Feature Comics 69 to 71, and Phantom Lady issues 13 to 15. So there's going to be a bunch of Matt Baker in here. This is awesome. This is great. Not for nothing, but Phantom Lady is technically in the public domain too. Even though they use her at DC, they have the trademark at DC. The character is in public domain though, because all of the quality characters are. But I digress. Okay, there's more. There's more. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, what else do we got in here? Here, I don't want to see these. I want them to be a surprise. Oh, wow. Oh, awesome. Brendan drew for me a Betty and Veronica sketch cover on a Betty and Veronica blank. This is great. I love it. Obviously, you know, my comic, The Crime Busters, I draw in an Archie style, so I love the Archie style. This is terrific. This is a great idea, too, because I actually have a bunch of Archie blanks, Archie #1 blanks, that I bought just in case I felt like doing something with them, and I've never done anything with them, but I should. Wow, I love it. That's great. Thank you so much. This is terrific. This is terrific. I really appreciate it. That's great. Okay, and now we got... Oh, awesome. It's Thor 373, signed by Walt Simonson. You know, I used to have almost a complete run of Thor. I've mentioned this a few times. I just sold it a couple years ago, just before I started doing these videos. I was only missing 4 issues, and I had 95 and up to 502. And I sold them. And the Walt Simonson one is the one thing where I just got the omnibus to replace it because I started reading during the Simonson era, and I love the Simonson era. One of the books that I had in the run that I sold was a signed 337, first Beta Ray Bill that I had signed personally by Simonson. But since I was selling the whole run, I couldn't really keep it because I didn't have a replacement. So this is great. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I see there's one more book. Oh, it's Charlton Romance, For Lovers Only, number 86. Awesome. I don't think I have this one actually. It's interesting. I can almost see like the design here is interesting. There's this big thought balloon that's just got all this like empty space in it, and this big like blank space here. It's just a weird design, and a lot of these, I've looked at original art for a lot of these covers, and actually a lot of the Charlton Romance covers don't have any original art. And that's because they use photo stats. What they would do is they would take the art for like internal splash page or something, and then they'd photocopy it, and then they put it part on the cover, and they'd like piece covers together like that. So it might be that the woman was drawn new for this, and then all of these kissing heads are photocopied from the inside, or it could be that there's a panel inside, or even in a different comic with the woman, they took a photocopy of that, and they took photocopies of a bunch of different panels, and then they just pasted them all together. And I bet that's what's happening here with this weird sort of all this empty space and this weird design, is that they were just sort of cutting and pasting these photos. So this is great. Well, I really appreciate it. This book's great. And I really, really dig this. This is awesome. thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's fantastic. So thanks so much. Oh, I also just wanted to mention real quick that he also sent me these cool stickers, these glow-in-the-dark Universal Monster stickers that he drew. And if you want to get some cool art, you can check out his website right there. So thanks again. Really great. I'll have the link to that below, so anyone that wants to pick up some cool art from Brendan can do that. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll have more updates on my Conan quest. I think it's appropriate to have a quest for Conan. Of course, who knows what my next video will be. I'm getting a lot of great ideas. So sign up if you haven't already to get the mystery box, and I'll see you next time.